Back to Beyond Ball. It's your host, Jacob Mathern, and your co-host, Gabe Caraway. I am back. Sorry for the little while. We are back after after having a week off too. I don't know how y'all felt about Gabe being the only one here. He probably was getting cooked, but
I just didn't have enough time to really prepare. I don't think.
that's fair. Yeah, it was a game time decision. And then I got absolutely smoked by fraternity stuff, like out of left field. So I'm back though. This week, we had homecoming for Southeastern, and we won. But I'm ready. I'm still very tired. Going to bed at 4 a.m. is not
Southern
fun.
was lost.
Southeastern won. Like we won like
homecoming.
a game last second win touchdown. Frick, I can't even speak right now. But yeah. So let's just go straight into this. As this is gonna be another longer episode because at the end we get to talk about what's finally coming up. As you can tell, I have my New Orleans Pelicans jersey on. NBA's back.
It's on right now.
Yeah. Right now as you can probably
Knicks
see
are
in
getting
my
whooped.
Yeah, we have the Boston Celtics versus the Knicks. The Knicks are getting absolutely cooked. You can probably see it in my side over here. But yeah, let's just jump straight into it. There's been a good college football weekend. I did not watch much per usual. But I did at least watch a little bit of it. I was really, really, really tired, but we move. So let's first just go straight into our back to the player of the week. Shout out Army. Let's just first go to Army and Navy. We'll talk about a little bit about Navy in a little bit. But shout out Army. They came out of nowhere. Usually with these teams, like with some teams, it's like a 4-year cycle. They're good, and in 3 years they're bad. Just like developing players. Army's never been this good. Plain and simple. They haven't been this good since 1945 or 46. But the big thing with their success is their quarterback, Taysom Hill 2.0, Bryson Daly. And just this past weekend versus Eastern Carolina, he went 7 for 10, 147 yards and a touchdown. Not too shabby as a quarterback, but not really quarterback numbers. But 31 carries, 171 yards, and 5 touchdowns. I'm gonna throw something out here, Gabe. This is hot. This is a hot one. Almost as hot as my coffee. Right now, the Heisman race top 5.
He won't have the resume.
He won't. But Heisman race top 5. Hear me out. Number 1, Ashton Jeanty. Number 2, Cam Ward. Number 3, give me Bryson Daly. Daly. He has 19 total touchdowns just for running. 19.
Travis Hunter has the name value though.
He does. I'll get Travis Hunter 4, and I'll put Dylan Gabriel 5. Actually, I'll switch Gabriel and Hunter. Because obviously, best quarterback on the best team, number 1 team in the country. Proven a lot of us wrong. So shout out to Oregon. But let's jump straight into player of the weeks for both of us. I'm gonna start with mine. I did not.
It's my Heisman pick.
I don't believe him. I still refuse, honestly. Be honest with you. But
How's your
shout out Oregon. Shout out Oregon. We don't need to talk about that. We'll talk about it a little bit. We'll get to that in a little. Oh, frick! I dropped my phone. But let's just jump straight into this. So my player of the week this week is Georgia linebacker, Jalen Walker. At the time of me making that pick, the game was still going on, and he wasn't like rated the best defensive player. But I really don't care. He had made some very significant impacts. A very significant impact. He had 8 tackles, 3 TFLs, which were also 3 sacks, and had 1 fumble recover. And then we have, this was, I believe, either Thursday night or Friday night. Virginia Tech running back Brayshawn Tutton. Shout out him. 18 carries, 266 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 reception for 20 yards and a touchdown. And then a two-timer. Shout out North Texas wide receiver D.T. Sheffield. 8 receptions, 122 yards, 2 touchdowns. Had a carry for 75 yards to the house. Now, this one I hate to say. I do, because I hate UCLA. I do. I think they're personally the bottom 25 team in the country. They were one for a couple weeks. But shout out Ethan Garbers. 32 for 38, 383 yards, 4 touchdowns, 9 carries, 48 yards, and a touchdown. That dude is a white man. Shout out Nilvik. And then for my final one, we all always know I got in on the kicker. So shout out Michigan State kicker Jonathan Kim. 6 for 7 on field goals, a long of 55, and 2 for 2 on extra points.
Well, I want to start mine off. I thought you were going to say it. Just a moment of silence. We did not get to see Ashton Denty play football this weekend.
Yeah.
I was pretty depressed
about that.
Obviously, he would have been here based off like his first half stats. That could have been good enough.
Yeah, I agree.
But I went defensive, except for I actually start my king, John Mateer, quarterback, Washington. I think this might be his 3rd time here. Trying to remember. Played Hawaii. Hawaii sucks, obviously. Not good. Real bad. But John Mateer probably still playing at a top 15 quarterback level in the country right now. Had a bit of the Boise State win would have been big for him. He kind of got locked up that game. But against Hawaii, he did not. Bro had 5 touchdowns, 23 to 27, 295 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, and then 8 carries for 34 and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Can't wait for him to get drafted by the Titans, hopefully. I believe next draft. That would be great. And I'm going to go to 3.
I kind of 3.
Is he a redshirt freshman? Let's see a redshirt.
Yeah, I would work here.
This was, I believe, I want to say this game took place last Tuesday or Wednesday. I kind of went back to find someone. Cale Edwards against Louisiana Tech. He had 5 solo tackles, 4 TFLs, and 4 sacks. Obviously not a great offensive line he was going against, but, 4 sacks in a game. That's not exactly something you see every week, especially from a white edge rusher.
That man's white.
Kobe Bryant from Kansas. Kansas has been a little bit disappointing this year. But Kobe Bryant has not. 3 picks against Houston in one game. 2 solo tackles and a TFL as well. I think that's probably the most anyone's had this season, 3 picks in a game. If nothing else, tied for the most. I can't imagine anyone else did better. Then another man who was getting picks. 2 more men actually were getting 2 picks. I'll start with Nick Emenwari from South Carolina against Oklahoma. 7 solo tackles, TFL. All right, that's pretty mid. But 2 INTs, and one of those was a 65-yard pick 6. This next man had 2 pick 6s in a game. I don't remember the last time I've seen that happen. Deshaun Peel of Navy against Charlotte. 2 solo tackles, a tackle for loss, had a sack, a pass deflection, and then a 61-yard pick 6 and an 84-yard pick 6. I don't remember the last time I've seen that. Someone have 2 in one game. Probably the defensive player of the week overall across the country, just for that. And I will take us into our Week 8 recap. The first game we are not going to be talking about for very long because it was not close. Jacob kind of looked like a fool with this pick.
I hate this stupid team. Can I cook real quick?
Indiana's pretty good. Nebraska's not, and that is all my notes.
This game pissed me off. So I'm sitting there on a good what was it, Saturday morning? I just set up the tailgate, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, man, Nebraska has to be winning versus Indiana, right? Dylan Raiola is going to go into Indiana and absolutely cook these fools. Make them look like frauds. Make them look like absolute boneheads. I turned on the game. At halftime, that's when I turned it back on. 28-7. I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh man, I'm so cooked. I'm so cooked.
Was it 50? Was
I'm
it 50, 50 something to 7 was the final or something like that?
56-7. Um, I'm gonna cook on this one. Nebraska had 5 turnovers. Dylan Raiola had 3 of them. Let's just say, go ahead and put fries in the bag, brother.
Yeah.
You're not Patrick Mahomes. You're Patrick Hot.
Something's going on.
I'm scared.
You should be.
I think someone's trying to break my room, but it'll be okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
We'll just keep on moving. And as we're just gonna keep on moving, try not to die laughing. I'm gonna make this to this
Hold
next
that mic
game.
closer, maybe. I don't know.
Miami versus Louisville. This is another game that I turned on after the whole Indiana situation, and I'm thinking this game's gonna be a masterclass, and indeed it was. I remember I was sitting there on the couch outside, had a water in my hand, because I forgot my anxiety medicine and my anxiety was through the roof, so I had some water in my hand, and I'm sitting there, I'm thinking to myself, man, I just love Miami. Actually, let me rephrase it. I love Miami's offense. Their defense, at times, yeah. I hate their defense more than anything in the world. I think Cam Ward's numbers are really inflated because how bad his defense is. Because he has to pretty much do everything in his power to win. Just read off second in the high voting, Cam Ward. 21 for 32, 319 yards, 4 tutties, 7 carries, 29 yards. At a efficiency of 190.6. Shout out him. Defense. Before I go anything else, Miami's defense needs to put fries in the bag. Needs to go get a job.
And Louisville.
I'm going to cook Louisville in just a second. Miami's defense, whoever your defense coordinator is, go get a life. Go back home with your mom, your kids, and wife and kids. Louisville, defense wise, you might as well just hang it up. Go ahead and transfer out of there because none of y'all will be playing next year. Nope. Like I said, I told y'all when I was back I was going to cook everybody. Tyler Show, I guess. I mean, you missed 20 passes out of your 51. So, cool, I guess. Didn't turn the ball over, so shout out him. Let's just say, if you're a big fan of... Yeah, absolutely. Oh, my gosh. That's actually my next note. Their thing is terrible. Their lines are terrible. And so... the defense can't stop a rock if it was laying still. Either defense can't. And, gosh, thank you for a great game after watching wherever the freak the other game was. I just want to shout out that game.
This is one of the best of the season that I've watched pretty much all of. I had me some multicast going on, so I had four squares. 3 of the games sucked, but this one was good. Cam Ward's him, Xavier Restrepo's him, notes from Miami. That's pretty much all I got there on offense. Pretty much the same. Louisville's offense, however, they were kind of explosive plays, and that was about it. 3 for 12 on third downs. They weren't really, I don't think, consistent. And then when their offense was actually rarely stopped by Miami's defense, they couldn't tackle Miami. It was really hard to watch. I don't know how many missed tackles I had to sit through. Miami's D-line absolutely tore apart Louisville's offensive line. It was real bad.
Yeah.
And then also, Miami's defense and their secondary, if they're going to try to win the conference and make the playoffs, they got to get better, I'd say. Especially... looks like Clemson's playing better football now. That's 90% chance who they're going to match up with. And then I think Miami got bailed again. Honestly, I don't know that late fumble touchdown call that Louisville returned. I don't know. Kind of looked like a fumble. It was on the fence. It was a little bit closer than the past few times where Miami's got bailed out, so I'm okay with it. This was the no defense game of the week, though, pretty clearly. Miami escapes again with another close win. I'm honestly praying on their downfall part of the time. Not gonna lie.
Honestly, I believe it.
This next game, I believe we both picked Illinois to beat Michigan, and they did. Honestly, the throwbacks were kind of clean. Not gonna lie, they had like the leather helmet on the for Illinois. They were kind of clean. I liked them. A little bit out there. They kind of played like they were from that era too, because they ran the ball a lot all over.
I did not.
Does. What happened?
I did not like those helmets.
That's fair.
I didn't like anything about it personally. But I'm also a very stickler when it comes to everything like that. So
Illinois kind of played like Michigan would in this game. Like they were They ran the ball a lot. They were trying to dominate the time of possession. They had a great defensive day. They forced 3 fumbles and recovered 2 of them, and then also had an interception off of Michigan's like third string quarterback at this point. Michigan does not have a quarterback. They don't have an answer. The season's pretty much over for Michigan because they can't really pass the ball. They will not be ranked probably for the rest of the season. I don't see why they would. They just don't have a real receiver one threat. Khalil Mullings had a good game, but I mean, their 2 tight ends were the 2 leading receivers, and they didn't even have that great of games. They scored 7 points, so I mean,
Yeah. All right, I'm honestly completely agree with all that. Michigan's bad. They're unranked now. Pretty much irrelevant in my eyes. So I'm just gonna move on to the next game. I'm with Gabe. Let you check your phone because what I just sent you. Oh God!
What is this? Why? You put this in the video?
That's so good. Y'all notice that. Y'all see it eventually. I'm just gonna take this next game is Bama versus Tennessee. So right now, as the current polls stand, Alabama is ranked below Indiana. I never thought I'll see the day. We could rejoice. Bama lost, and it was bad. It was like
pretty ugly.
It was just a really bad game in general on both sides. Like you're playing, you pretty much have a great offense versus a good offense versus a good defense, and a bad offense in Tennessee versus a really not so good defense in Alabama.
Yeah.
Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe. This is what I live for.
I agree.
You're my Heisman pick going into this year. I'm thinking to myself, there's no way that he has to. He takes that next step in everything he does, and you look into this game, and you see them beat Georgia. He's Heisman favorite. The Heisman odds are looking good, and then you play the clip of Aaron Rodgers running out and the flag of last year's first week. Plain and simple. That's how long it lasted. Obviously, last week. We don't want to talk about 2 weeks ago. And we don't want to talk about last week. This week, Jalen Milroe had more turnovers than touchdowns. Usually he's a running back. 14 carries for 11 yards.
That's stinky.
Yikes. He got actually outplayed by Nico, blah, 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 blah. Plain simple.
And Nico is not that good anymore.
No, he's all right. He's young. That's the thing. He's just young. It shows.
Like the ending of the Arkansas game where he just ran out of bounds. That was funny. That was funny.
Bad. That was bad. Where was I? Oh, I was sitting on my couch during those games. I was sitting on my couch at the house in Franklinton, and I was sitting there. I'm watching Tennessee lose. I'm like, there's no way Alabama loses, right? Yeah, and they lost at Vanderbilt. Obviously, I think Gabe went through that games with y'all. I'm sad I missed it.
Yeah, that was that.
God, that was rough. I hate missing that game.
It was a great weekend.
Alabama, you suck. I get to say it finally. Your poverty, whoever you're, DeBowen, whatever I say his name, your sucky head coach. You cannot live in the SEC. I think Nick Saban did worse than you, but yet he was still a great coach, and still people have faith in him. You inherited a great program, the best program in all of college football, probably second best, however you want to look at it. And there's no way you can mess this up, right? Well, numbers wise, if Alabama is slim chances, they're like down to like a 2% chance to make college football playoffs. They have to win out and win SEC championship, and they still have LSU.
Missouri.
And I'm not Missouri. Who else they have? Just teams that they just do not want to play, and not my problem. Y'all suck. I mean, at least they played Mercer.
Iron Bowl.
I guess. Mercer.
Oklahoma.
They play their yearly Mercer matchup, I guess. Whatever.
They lose to Oklahoma or Auburn. Pack it up.
Dudfo.
Not
call for the bone's head. Tennessee, you weren't even better. You're not escaping me. Nico, blah, 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 blah. Go put a bottle in your mouth, I guess. Your baby, young one. I don't know. That works. Dylan Sampson. Dylan Sampson's a dog. I like Dylan Sampson. Hey, you're good.
Yeah.
Brew McCoy, go learn LinkedIn, because I think this is your 7th year in the college football as well. Just go.
That dude's slow as heck.
Yeah, I agree. James Pierce Jr. He had a game. I finally heard his name in a game. About time. I mean, he sucks. He sucks. He's undersized, but
he's mid. He's mid.
He's mid. He's above average. I'll give him above average. He had a second half of this game. But really, he's running so much Trayvon Walker, but with that, like, the physical size that Trayvon was.
I think he's kind of like Perk. He's undersized to play edge. He's obviously a little bit. He's obviously a bigger frame than Perk does, but I just don't think he can play edge full time in the NFL.
I agree. He might play like an outside linebacker role, but that's really about it. I mean, that's what I kind of see him as.
He's got to learn coverage. He's got to start learning coverage, buddy.
And then just to end off my little point, Justice Hayes. I thought you were going to be a decent running back.
Jam Miller's better.
Very much better. They both suck.
Oh, yeah, they're both mid.
Plain simple. They don't actually have a running back on. They actually have one running back on roster. It's called their quarterback, called Jalen Midrow.
Yeah.
Ron Williams. Man, you're 19, I guess.
17.
You're 17, I guess. Cool, whatever. Jeremiah Smith better. And yeah, that's it. I'm done. I'm almost done hating.
Yeah, Ron Williams, 17 years old. I had more targets than his age. He had 20 targets on 8 catches.
Good God.
That's bad. And Milrow missed. Most of those were just Milrow not making good throws.
Yeah.
Nico was not that good. Looked rattled. Very inaccurate. And then he got injured. His backup came in. One play and said, "All right, here y'all go," and tossed it straight to the defense. That was pretty funny.
It's a dot to the defense.
Tennessee was like, "No, we're putting Nico back out there. I don't care if he's injured." This is the first time Bama's entering November with 2 losses since 2007. I believe that was Saban's first year. If I'm not mistaken.
That's when they lost to ULM.
26 total penalties in this game for both teams. 210 penalty yards. Alabama's had this issue all year. I'm going to talk about it later in their next game that we're talking about for this week. Several deep shots were missed by Nico, but thank God they had Dylan Sampson to run all over Alabama. That's really why they won this game. And that's happened before with Sampson, except the Arkansas game. They kind of held them in check.
Yeah.
The Tennessee defense, I thought, played really well. They made Milroe was also just not playing well himself, but they also made the offense a little bit stagnant for Alabama. They forced Bama to 3 of 14 on third downs. They got 2 picks off of Milroe. This is his 4th straight game with the interception. That's not good, especially for a guy that was supposed to be a Heisman contender. But yeah, Bama's in a very tough spot with 2 losses. They do get to host Missouri, so they should have the advantage in that game. Although, yikes! Both defenses suck. It's just going to be. We'll talk about that later.
It's gonna be a sucky game.
LSU will probably get picked to beat Alabama for the first time in a long time. It's going to be in Death Valley too. I actually feel really confident about that game now. And then Tennessee, they're going to have to beat Georgia to have a shot to make SEC championship. That's the biggest game they have left. But another SEC matchup. This was a highly anticipated matchup. We thought it was going to be better. It wasn't that good of a game. Georgia kind of put the whooping on Texas. Kelvin Banks and Cam Williams learned Chinese. These are supposed to be highly drafted guys. They were getting tossed around. That was hard to watch. Ewers didn't play well, but he was also playing behind the Titans O-line, so I can't really blame him too much. I mean, was this his first game back from injury or second game?
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember.
First
game? Okay. So a little bit of leeway with the O-line and coming back from injury. And it's Georgia's defense. This isn't like the stacked Georgia defense we've seen in past years, but they did have 7 sacks, 10 TFLs, 3 forced fumbles, and 4 fumble recoveries in this game. So, I mean, the O-line needs to learn Chinese for Texas. That's going to be a real issue going forward. I don't know how much issues they were having before, but when they play elite fronts, I guess this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Texas really did not have – they had an okay passing yard game, but really those came in the garbage time later at the end of the game. I thought they were going to make a comeback. Didn't happen. We got our pick wrong. I'm pretty depressed. Beck for Georgia. He's still not good.
Tap me in. Tap me on this one. Let me cook.
Yeah.
Let me cook. Carson Beck.
ETN legacy game, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, let me cook on this one. Yeah, Carson Beck. You're a fraud. I hate you. I hate you with everything I owned. 23 for you. Maybe watch this game. I willingly watch this game. Okay, I was laying down in my bed, in my beanbag chair. I was like, you know what? Let's turn it a good game in Georgia versus Texas. And I turn it on, and I see Carson, and I see this ugliest man in all of college football, the man that loves to snap girls in a weird way. Carson Beck, 23 for 41, 175 yards. You're thinking, oh, he must have a touchdown or something, right? 3 interceptions. 3 interceptions. You're putting up Zach Mittenberg type numbers. So I don't know if you're putting like Nathan Peterman type numbers. I don't know. Like Pittsburgh, Nathan Peterman was bad. I don't like you. I never actually I did. I really thought you're gonna be QB1. You're like proving me wrong in every way possible. Shout out Trevor Etienne. I almost forgot. Had a few huge legs game. He carried Georgia's offense practically. Quinn Ewers, you're still my dog, low key. It's your first game back from injury. I'll let you have a pass. Isaiah Bond, where are you at? That guy named Slade Bolden, the guy from Alabama as well. Where is he at? Freaking what was the wide receiver name called? Quintavion Weiser. Where are you at? I don't know. Everything about Arch Manning came in as well after Ewers got benched. Did really just as bad, if not worse. So this game was really bad. This game pissed me off watching. As I was having a great day. And I turn on this game and it just makes me want to have a worse day than I already did. And now it's time for the Golden Boot was this past weekend as well. It was satisfying. This was a very, very satisfying win.
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch a lot of it as I was passed out after the tailgate. And I was because I didn't go to bed really late this past week. But I did get to watch some highlights and watch kind of all the way through on Sunday. As I was also cooking, so gotta watch a little bit of it. Taylor Green, you have my respect. I still hate you. You have my respect. Rest of Arkansas, get wrecked. Y'all suck. I'm glad y'all lost. As I heard all week long on every single sports platform. Yeah, Arkansas. This is the week Arkansas is going to upset LSU. It's happening. This is the week Arkansas is going to lose their drought. And then we go in, ragdoll them, get out, and get ready for this coming week. What are you supposed to say? Like, you get wrecked losers, I guess. Cool. Arkansas, y'all hyped this up so much. It's all I've seen on my Twitter for the past week. And I'm thinking, man, this might be a good game. This might be a game that LSU needs to wake them up after having an emotional win last week versus Ole Miss. And then Caden Durham proves that you're a priority franchise.
Yeah.
Garrett Nussmeier is an NFL quarterback. CJ Daniels is finally him. Kyrie Lacey, always been him. Caleb Jackson's RB1 campaign has ended. It was fun while it lasted. But that's okay. Arkansas. What's your name? Freaking Jaquadian Jackson. Where you at? Oh yeah, that's what I thought. You suck.
Yeah.
Freaking JUCO legend. Oh, my fault.
Respect. Yeah, he got injured, and he got injured at some point.
Nope.
I don't remember when.
Andrew Armstrong. I mean, you had a good game, but we're also playing LSU corners, so I really hope you had a good game.
Yeah.
Where's the white man at? Freaking Whit Weeks. Where you at? Yeah, Whit Weeks. I think I talked. Let me give some respect to Whit Weeks for a second here. Whit Weeks is the coldest white man since Joe Burrow. That's a fact. I put that on everything. This dude had dreads at one point, had cornrows at one point. Absolute devious situation this man was in. Had 18 tackles last week, if I'm not mistaken. 18 tackles last week. 2 TFLs, a sack, freaking forced fumble versus Ole Miss on that whooping. And he comes in this week, freaking bats down the ball. Taylor Green tries to be a hero, and he just yoinks it from him for a touchdown. Absolutely made me hard as a rock. I mean, no way around it. Major Burns had a good game. Shout out Major Burns. I saw Sage Ryan. I saw Sage Ryan lay the boom on a dude. Boom, dude.
Thank God they overturned it.
Gosh. Oh gosh.
I was not targeting. Thank God they overturned it.
Hey, shout out Sage Ryan. He had a decent game. He had decent coverage this past game. I'll go him that. He still sucks. Yeah. I still don't like him.
Yeah, no, he's bad. I hate him.
Yeah, I do. Honestly, live my life. But that's okay. But we beat Arkansas in every match of the game. I mean, it's Arkansas, but still, they beat Tennessee last week. You're kind of expecting to, or not last week, 2 weeks ago. Sorry, 2 weeks ago. So you were still only favored to win by 2.5. Yeah. Go kill yourselves, I guess. We win. Move on.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to add. I will put in the false start meme here because it was pretty annoying to watch. We were beating ourselves in the first half, and also under the middle, we were giving up some yards to. I think it was mostly Armstrong that was doing the damage, but I think it was one of the most complete games I've seen that we've played. That was one of the most complete games I've seen us play in a long time, honestly. Maybe like a season or two stretch, probably. Even against, Arkansas is pretty mid/not good, but they did beat Tennessee, so there was a little bit of worry, especially with our defense. You never really know. But our defense is playing better over the past few weeks. So we're gonna need some of that to these next two games. They'll be our biggest games, really, of the season left that we have. Yeah, we own the boot. That's about it. I can't really add anything else. I don't
plain
think.
simple.
We can go into the NFL talk.
Yeah,
this is going to be handing over the keys to Jacob. The Broncos beat the Saints. The score's not important, but they lost.
Yeah. Well, pretty much what you know, Broncos had more points than the Saints. So the Saints just rolled out a receiving core.
2022 Titans injury report for the Saints. It was.
Gosh, this was bad. They rolled out a wide receiver core of Cedric Wilson. Oh no, that itself is just laughable. Mason Tipton, rookie out of Yale, and Bub Means, 7th round pick out of freaking Pittsburgh. And gosh, what was I doing? I don't even know why. I don't know what I was doing on Thursday. I can't remember. Oh yeah, we had something for homecoming. I was sitting there. I was watching it during our competition. This competition actually got called gay on, by the way. I might be gay because it's competition, but that's a different conversation. And I looked down at my phone, and I'm thinking, there's no way the Saints are losing. There's no way. They're like, we're going, like, it's at home. Break! That's all I have to say. Break! You know, we suck.
I've been there. I've been there.
We suck. I mean, plain and simple. Freaking. Gosh, I hate my life. Freaking those first 2 weeks. I got edged so hard in those first 2 weeks. That was corporate edging. That's what that was. Plain and simple. That's the worst for it. Last week, first half, edged. And I'm sitting here. And I'm thinking, man, I wish those 2 weeks were back. And then that's what I thought for the Thursday night game. And then I see what we roll out as wide receiver core. And then I see that we also have a practice squad center and right guard. And then I'm just seeing, man, we suck. That's all I'm going to say. We suck. I'm not going to say any stats. I don't think we really need to. The only stats I am going to say, which real quick, is Kamara, because he just got a 2-year extension. Shout out Kamara. He's going to be with us till he can't physically handle it in life anymore, which should not be long. But he got 7 carries a game for 10 yards. That's all I'm going to point out. That's all I really want to point out. Jake Haener thought he was the best quarterback there after he came in, scored a touchdown. I hate Jake Haener. Actually, I don't hate Jake Haener. But freaking Spencer Rattler was running for his life out there. He actually had the most like a longest run since Lynn Bowden was a Saint back in 2021. That was a rough year. I really want to talk about it.
Sounds right.
We should be better this week. We have Taysom Hill coming back out. Lucas Patrick is back at being active. Olave is back.
Don't get hope. I promise you, it's the worst thing you can get.
We shouldn't be that bad. But when we're also playing the Chargers with how bad our rush defense has been, let's just say it's going to be a really, really long Sunday. And I'm just going to take us into this next one because I want a brief London check. I say this should be a new NFL rule. Whoever loses in London has to stay in London and play their back way in America. Because I don't think I want the Patriots. Yeah, but I don't think I want the Patriots back in America. That was pitiful. Honestly,
Drake May looked good though.
he did. Shout out Drake May. Shout out Drake May, man. Man, I love Drake May.
It is the Jags defense though. So
yeah, true. And so, there's one thing to take away from this game. The Jags are not back, guys. They still suck. They're still one of the worst teams in the league.
Yep.
The Patriots defense is bad. Offensive line, bad. Drake May, good. That's all I'm gonna say. Good. And yeah, I'll let you take over for Seahawks Falcons.
It's just a couple things. Tank Bigsby also good.
Good.
Legacy game. 171 total rushing yards for the Jags. So they were able to just run off. This was a Pats defense that looked pretty okay the first couple weeks. We thought they were going to be good. No, they're not good. And I had to hear hype on the offseason that their defense was going to be great. It's pretty hard to watch. But yeah, the Pats, they really don't have any run game. And they had penalty issues, but they have Drake May, and that's good. So they can be happy that they have a quarterback because that's the most important position. So moving to the next game. This is gonna be something light. Just Seahawks Falcons. Seahawks got healthy on defense, and it showed finally. They were able to contain the Falcons, whatever they wanted to do, except for the run game. Bijan 21 for 103 and a touchdown. So he had a good game. Kirk really struggled. The O-line got worked up front. We've seen this before for the Falcons. 3 sacks and 9 QB hits, 5 tackles for loss for the Seahawks. We do have a pretty good defensive front, especially when healthy. Forced 3 turnovers. Offensively, they were pretty efficient. Geno made some nice throws. Kenneth Walker looked pretty good. The Falcons' front also played well, I thought. Got pressure. But when your offense turns it over 3 times, a little hard to win. So the Seahawks defense continues to be a little underrated. If they can just stay healthy, I still think they can be competitive, especially in their division where the Rams are pretty much cooked. The Niners season may be cooked because everyone's dying on their team. So they could have a chance to compete in their division. Good win for the Seahawks.
Yeah. Like I said, I wasn't able to watch a lot of NFL Sunday because I was cooking some mean burgers for a volleyball tournament. So shout out JDRF, love y'all, homies. I'm gonna move right here into this Texans Packers game. I have one thing to say. I did have this note circled since day one, since the time I wrote down this thing. You ready for this? CJ Stroud. I'm glad I started this week in fantasy. 86 passing yards. You look like Bo Nix out there. You bum. You absolute. Oh my gosh, you're terrible. Jordan Love.
Yep.
Okay, hear me out. Jordan Love is Brett Favre.
Still turns it over too much.
Would you agree with that? Brett Favre 2.0? Like, Jordan Love.
Yeah, he turns it over too much.
He will air that ball out. That dude will chunk it down the field.
He'll make good throws, but he'll make bad throws.
And then that touchdown to Tyler Kraft, where the whole entire everyone, the mamas went crazy for. Texans almost intercepted the ball. It went right to the guy's hands. I saw on Twitter the guy came out, not gay at the closet, but came out on Twitter and said, the ball went right into my hands. So he cooked himself and Jordan Love. I don't know. Jordan Love,
are you hate
I
watching?
Don't like you.
Are you hate watching? Be honest.
Oh, I am. I've been waiting for this day. I've been waiting for this day to come back after. I've been waiting these past 2 weeks. I've been lurking in the shadows, waiting for the day to come back, and here I am, absolutely cooking. Oh my gosh, I was waiting. CJ Stroud, get better. Joe Mixon, I like you, Joe Mixon. I don't like.
No. Texans
like,
O-line get better.
Oh,
that's what needs to get better.
True. Very
Larry
much,
Tunsil
very
needs to
much
hang
true.
him up. Tunsil needs to hang him up. It's time.
Tank Dell.
He's mid. He's mid. Let's be real.
I'm glad I put.
Did you check the bathroom,
buddy? Oh, let me
check the bathroom.
Let me go check. Check under my cup.
That's a good one. Yeah, I would check there too.
Nope, not there either. Tank Dell.
Where is he?
What? I don't know. It could be a product of G. Stroud also playing bad, but also Tank Dell's separation in that game was absolutely horrific.
Yeah, and the O-line too.
Yeah, just absolutely Tank Dell, please be better. For my sake and my bank count's sake, please be better. Oh, Jaden Reed. Jordan Love had 220 passes yards. Jaden Reed. Where'd you go? Who are you?
Yeah. It was a daytime Dontavian Wicks game for sure. And
Christian
Romeo
Watson,
Dobbs, I think, had a pretty good game.
Who the frick having a Christian Watson, man?
It's just hard. It's just hard for there's such a committee. It's just hard for one to step up.
I agree. This is why I don't start anything with fantasy. Man, I just hate the Packers. All right, I'm moving on. I'm tired of watching. Do you have anything else to say?
Nah.
All right, good. Let's go to the game of the week.
It's mine. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you cook on this one. Game of the week.
And who's mine? Bills fans? Yeah. Titans suck. I really don't have a lot here. It was a weekly opponent, rookie legacy game. Keon Coleman, he had 201 yards on the year. Of course, at 125 today. It's just kind of how things go around here. Amari Cooper didn't even know what route to run, still got a touchdown. Quandre Diggs kind of stinks, minus the Miami game. Kind of stinks. We were up 10-0 in this game, of course. Early on, we looked good, and then we give fans hope. And then we allowed 34 straight points and had a net 0 yards on first down for the rest of the game. So we could have just spiked the ball and had the same amount of yards. We actually would have been better off on every first down just doing that. MPF, I'm going to try to keep it family friendly here for MPF. It gets really difficult. 8 pressures. I saw somewhere he allowed 11, so it's kind of a vary. Neither one is good. I don't really care. And he didn't even start this game. Known terrorist Jalen Duncan started this game, got injured immediately. MPF comes in and plays like MPF. 21 pass grade on PFF. I've never seen someone play the majority of a game and get that low of a score. I've just never seen it. 21. Greg Rousseau looked like a Hall of Famer, and he's a pretty average edge rusher. So that was pretty annoying that we just continue to elevate average edge players because of how bad MPF is. Leroy Watson played right tackle last week, looked pretty good, and then he's in street clothes, healthy scratch this week. What the hell is that about? He's been our best right tackle, and that was one game. He clearly looked like our best right tackle option. Just what the hell, Callahan? I don't know what the hell that was about. Goodness gracious. Latham had a pretty bad week, too. He had a 71 grade. He allowed 2 sacks and 4 pressures. Rudolph is also a statue. He holds the ball somehow longer than Levis does. I didn't think that was possible. I thought Rudolph looked fine for most of it, but he just holds the ball too long. Season's over. Trade anyone we can. Trade deadline's in 3 weeks, I want to say. So pretty excited to get some draft capital. Hopkins, go get a ring, buddy, please. There's about 5 people I wouldn't trade on the roster right now. Everyone else, I don't really care as long as it gets its draft picks. To spice it up, I want to keep this a weekly thing now. Best reactions that I saw on social media. These are always funny. I love these.
I should do that.
This was I think it was just some guy on one of the Titans Insider posts. Shout out Titans Insider 23. It's my guy right there. This was somebody randomly commenting. We used to be the team that people hated to play. Now we're damn near a bye week. And it's kind of true. Of how the Callahan era started. And even the last 2 years of the Vrabel regime. This was Buck Rising, who's like a Titans reporter. So help me God, if Burks gets snaps at any point over NWI, when he gets off IR, we riot. I completely agree. NWI did have our only touchdown this week. Titans legend. He'll be in the Ring of Honor probably. And then Burks is a terrorist who can't catch the football and gets injured. I think he has like 4 catches on the year, and somehow he got injured on IR. He's just a loser. This was the Titans pod guy from the podcast that shut down like right before the season. His name's Austin. Bold decision to leave the entire offensive line in the locker room after halftime. That's pretty much how it was. And then this was the film room guy for the Titans. And the only thing to be excited about all game is Daryl Baker Jr., who know we're down bad. Daryl Baker Jr. is a cornerback we signed off the street from the Colts practice squad. And he pretty much our best player on defense. So that's pretty embarrassing. Hopefully he can contribute going forward. And we can move on to the next game. Lions and Vikings. This was a good game. These both looked.
Let me take over first. Since we're in a hate mood, can I hate on somebody real quick? Since we don't have it in our notes, I'm gonna hate on the Browns real quick, and one specific player on the Browns. Of course, everybody knows Deshaun Watson. Everybody knows his Achilles ruptured. Wow. I'm ready to read some comments off the real app. My dog in the world. Love this app. So pretty much, here we go. The city of Cleveland couldn't be happier. You mean
NFL world is happy too.
Oh, I'm very happy. Goodbye, Diddy. Okay.
That's a good one.
Imagine being the doctor that gives him the leg massage. Yeah, I feel that. Watson's over 0.5 over 0.5 season-ending injuries. Bang!
That's a good. Yeah, that was the best one so far. That's great.
And then, well, for the last one. This is good. So Deshaun Watson,
I can tell.
You can just get a rug and tug for practically free at a massage parlor, but instead you want to be weird and ask for forceful to get one. I'm glad you actually got your Achilles teared. I hope you die. Go kill yourself. There's a lot of cuss words in that one.
God.
I was actually quite scared to read that one. I'm not gonna lie. Deserved. I don't care if you're my QB for 6 years. Celebrating about a guy getting career-ending injury sat as frick. Me too. Actually, I do love hating on a guy that created an injury. And then for the last one, karma's a B word. Shout out JoJo Siwa, I guess. All right, you go cook on the actual game of the week. Lions, Vikings.
Yeah. Lions gave the Vikings their first loss. It was a great game. Obviously, I turned the Titans game off. We went for the 4th down right after halftime and gave the Bills the ball at like the 30. That's when I turned it off. I had enough of that. We were still up at that point, but I was like, Lions Vikings is on, and we got a great game. I want to watch real football. Darnold, I feel like the early season Darnold, I don't know if he was here today. I don't know if he was in the room with us on Sunday. I think he's kind of fallen off, but he's still playing well. He hasn't looked like I thought he was going to look this season. He made some big plays down the stretch, actually. He had a really nice throw. I think it was it to Jordan Addison? It was a bomb in like the 4th quarter. That was a great play. They had a chance to win this game, but they only were up 1, and then the Lions drove down and got a field goal. The Vikings failed to get a 2-point conversion. That pretty much opened the door for the Lions to drive down. The Lions' defensive line still got 4 sacks and 5 QB hits. I thought it was going to be worse than that when they lost Aiden. Prayers to Aiden. That did not look good. Ugh, that was hard to watch, especially in the slow motion. That was really bad. The Vikings defense, I thought, still played pretty well. Just gave up some plays every now and then. They forced 3 fumbles. They got to go off 4 times and 7 QB hits, which is pretty good because the Lions have a really good offensive line. So the Vikings defense still played pretty well in my mind. Both teams were able to run the ball pretty well. Gibbs had a big day. Aaron Jones had a good game. I think this was his first game back from injury. The Lions were down early, and they broke it open in the second quarter. And then they had to lock in down the stretch to keep the Vikings out of it. Held them on that 2-point conversion, and then went down and won the game.
Yep. Jared Goff MVP is here. It's real. He's currently, I think he should be second in MVP odds and voting in general. And first should be being Lamar Jackson, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Jahmyr Gibbs is here. David Montgomery went down kind of early with injury. Not really early, but like mid third quarter. But Jahmyr Gibbs is here. He's him. We always knew he was him. Amon-Ra St. Brown, him. Jameson Williams was taking PEDs, by the way. Had -4 receiving yards.
Nice.
Will Fuller was taking PEDs, had the best year of his career. With a freak Jameson. Now screw my fantasy team over with. Like, screw you, I guess. Man, Jace Tatum, I hate you. I don't know why. I'm in a hate mood today. I love it. Minnesota. Aaron Jones, you're my dog. Aaron Jones is my dog, for real. He's been all reliable. Ever since day one, he's been in the league. Jordan Addison's fall off of rookie year kind of needs to be studied. He's having an okay year this year, but Justin Jefferson's also back. And shout out there, wide receiver 3, Jalen Naylor. He's really coming to own this year. I personally don't think Sam Darnold was that bad this game. He was targeting the same 3 people. Once Hawkinson gets back, he'll be way better. But when you're 4 for 10 on third downs, you have to be better than that. But so was Lions, but they also had the nuts to go for it on fourth down and just say screw you, I guess. But Justin Jefferson had a good game. This was game of the year, game of the week. Sorry. So far this year, no one really stuck out on the defensive side. I mean, I know Vikings had like a touchdown with, I think his name is Ivan Pace. Yeah, Ivan Pace Jr., undrafted rookie of last year, absolute dog. And also, I was 2 years old. Stephon Gilmore's a Viking. My fault.
No, yeah, he picked off Aaron Rodgers to win the Jets game.
Yeah, did not know that. That is my fault. My fault. Hey, I'm a casual moment there. And so we're going to move on to the Chiefs Niners. Was supposed to be the game of the week.
Yeah.
Gosh, I hate my life watching this game. This game made me cringe on all certain levels. Because somehow Mahomes is winning, putting up Daniel Jones type numbers. The Chiefs ran a freaking play with Mahomes, Carson Wentz, Kelsey, and Kareem Hunt. Thinking this is 2017, I thought you show someone for 2017 that play, that type of play.
Kareem Hunt's been good.
They're gonna call you crazy, but Kareem Hunt has been good. But like 2017, me would have saw that and mind blown. And I was also
Kareem was drafted in 2018, but
that's what I meant. 2018. Yeah, close enough. Close. 2019. 2019 works. McCall Harmon had a pretty cool 17-yard dot up the field. Xavier Worthy freaking get a catch, get separation or something. I don't really know. Carson Steele, stop turnovering the darn ball. This is the 1 week that you actually did it, so you're lucky. Travis Kelce, honestly, I don't think you're really playing to care anymore. Dude has a ring, like 2 rings in a row. Has a rich girlfriend, crazy but rich girlfriend. I doubt the dude really cares. I don't blame him. I wouldn't either. Shout out Carson Wentz, man. I hate you, Mahomes. Actually, I love Mahomes. I'm a Mahomes liker. You are playing. He's playing like Daniel Jones this year. I'm not gonna lie. He has
He's a pretty mid.
5 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. 6 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. My fault. That is literally Daniel Jones type numbers. But he somehow still does it, still wins. They're 6-0. This is the first time Patrick Mahomes was 6-0, and he won MVP twice already. I mean,
Yeah.
And then San Francisco, Brock Purdy, man, it's Jimmy G. It's a Jimmy G cycle all over again. Am I wrong? Like Jimmy G's first year in San Francisco, he went 4-0, played amazing. They thought he was gonna be the future, and then next year, when he gets back, he tears ACL or Achilles. He sits out a year, and he comes back, and they're in Super Bowl. Brock Purdy plays great again, Super Bowl. Not Super Bowl. NFC Championship. Plays great again, Super Bowl. Now we're on downward slope, where they're just slowly going down. They're really missing Christian McCaffrey right now. As Christian McCaffrey, who the hell knows what he's doing. Shout out Ricky Purcell. He came back. This is his first game back from being shot. Dude, got 3 catches, 21 yards. I didn't really expect him to do too much, but he should do a lot more with Brandon Ayuk, of course, going down this game with a ACL tear, and Deebo Samuel looking like Eddie Lacy 2.0. Jordan Mason, Jordan Mason had a bad game for his standards, as what he's been done this year has been really good. But right now, if I'm Brock Purdy, I'm shriveling in my boots because now I actually have to play like a quarterback and not like a system. And I like Brock Purdy too. I just like hating. I'm hating today. But when you're number one receiver, when you're number one receiver in returning yards outside of a tight end was Jacob Crowing. Yeah, you're screwed. You're screwed, plain and simple. Yeah. Juwan Jennings should be back next week, so you have him. But, I mean, I really don't know. But I don't know what you do as the Niners. You go from here. You have a losing record. You're 3-4. You have a bye week next week, I believe. And then you go and play the Buccaneers at Tampa Bay. So if I'm Brock Purdy, I'm like this the entire time. No, darn well, I don't have my weapons to throw to. And so, yeah, that's
Baker doesn't either.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, we'll get to that.
I'll just look at I'll just kind of look at the overall at a glance instead of reviewing the game because you kind of said everything.
Yeah.
The Chiefs, they're going to need to be active in the receiver market at the deadline. I think they're going to be one of the teams that's going to want Hopkins. I think we should send him for the right price, obviously, to anybody who wants him. But I think there's going to be some other guys out there that they're going to need to get. They need to get somebody to replace Rice and Hollywood Brown because Kelsey's not playing that well this year. The Niners, their season, it might be cooked. I think it's cooked. Debo's not good and just got out of the hospital too. I think today or yesterday.
Yeah, with a pneumonia.
Ayuk's out for the year. Kittle is injured. I think he's dealing with something. Hufanga's injured still. Their safety. Hargrave's injured. CMC's still injured. There's just injuries everywhere. The whole team is dying. And they have a losing record. I don't know how their schedule looks for the rest of the year, but when Purdy plays like that, when he doesn't have his weapons, that might be what you're dealing with for the rest of the year. So it's not a good look, even though the Chiefs do have a good defense. But I'll take us into Jets Steelers. Was not a great Sunday night game. Not much to say here.
Parlay hit.
Embarrassed if I'm a Jets fan. Devontae was supposed to fix the offense. Ball knowers know that was not the only issue with the Jets. Rodgers has been turnover prone. Defense got worked in the second half of the Steelers game. Russell Wilson kind of looked like he was Seahawks Russell Wilson. That's when you know your defense is pretty bad. I don't know where the Jets really go from here. For the Steelers, they actually had a run game. Najee 21 for 102. All right. If he does it a little more consistently, I'll back off on the hate that I've sent his way. I'm not going to overreact on one game. Pickens had a legacy game finally. The Steelers defense back to look like what we was expecting to look. We've had a past few weeks, maybe we've not been perfect. Beanie Bishop legacy game, picked off Rodgers twice. I don't even know who that was. But he was out there making plays for the Steelers. So the Jets, I don't know where they go from here. I think they're 2-4, 3-4 maybe. I can't remember. 2-5. Okay, yeah, they're cooked. Season's over. Pack it up. If Rodgers retires, they're really screwed. And the playoff drought will probably extend this year and next year if Rodgers retires at a minimum. They're cooked. Steelers, I guess they don't need Fields.
Man, that sucks to say. The realization is there. Maybe Mike Tomlin was actually a decent coach. A dude just doesn't care about his streak because I guess he knows what he's doing. It does pain me to see not Justin Fields bring them to the point, have pretty much 10 total touchdowns to 1 interception. But Russell Wilson is the better passer. Plain and simple. Justin Fields is going to learn a lot, so he's going to be okay. And shout out Steelers. It made my parlay hit. Shout out them. Man, I'm happy. I'm definitely 21 years old, and I'm definitely not addicted. Please call help. George Pickens, you're a dog. Thank you. Look, I knew I just needed someone just to pass me down the field. I could finally start back in fantasy. I benched him this week and lost. My fault. My fault. Hey, my fault. Najee Harris actually made the parlay hit as his last second touchdown. Thank you, my dog. Jets. I've been waiting for this moment. Jets. I don't know where to start with y'all. Y'all are cooked beyond repair. Y'all's offensive line is bad. Y'all's defense is bad. You fired your coach practically for no reason. What made your defense good? Because he called the plays for the defense, plain and simple. Devontae Adams. Thank you for going under your receiving total, as I knew you were. But from a football standpoint, get better. Absolute bum. Aaron Rodgers is so cooked beyond repair. Dude is 40 years old, practically trying to play quarterback. He is not Tom Brady. Tom Brady would have whooped the Steelers by 40. Breece Hall, you practically really couldn't do much that day. But he did have 6 receptions for 103 yards. So shout out Breece Hall, man. And so, yeah, I'm just going to go straight into this next game here as we have Ravens versus Bucks for the first half of Monday Night Football. Now, this was a game that I did enjoy watching. Last night I had to work. I had to work a closing shift, so I was able to watch this game, sit in the office. Now I'm thinking to myself, man, this is going to be a good game. And then Baltimore pretty much beats the brakes off them. The score doesn't say otherwise, but going into the fourth quarter, it was 34-10. Practically, you beat the brakes off them. Lamar Jackson is the MVP candidate, is MVP frontrunner for his 3rd MVP. So we're going to start asking some questions now on, a little something there. Derrick Henry is making Gabe sad as he is not on the Titans anymore. Lamar Jackson's finally proved himself as a passer. 5 passing touchdowns. Rashad Bateman is finally proving why he was a first-round draft pick. Zay Flowers. I can't really get mad at you. Y'all won. Mark Andrews. Finally. Look. Finally, Mark Andrews had to show up right when I did not need him to. As I did play against him in fantasy this week because my my opponent's team tight end went down with injury, could not play. Oh no, sorry, it was on bye week. And he just threw in Mark Andrews and I almost lost because he also started Lamar Jackson, who got 44 points. So yeah, screw you, I guess. But all in all, this was cinema at its finest. Baker Mayfield did get exposed in this game. Pretty bad, to be honest with you. Which, well, I love to see it actually. And then, not Baker Mayfield exposed, but the Bucs losing because obviously I hate them. Baker Mayfield is America's quarterback. It's plain and simple. Dude absolutely tossed a rope for a touchdown, or made a mistake or something, and then the camera cuts to him having a whole 6 milli gilly Zen in his mouth. Okay.
I don't know any of those words you just said.
Pretty much, he just popped a 6 milligram Zen in his mouth.
I don't know. What that
I've
is,
never
but-
I've never done it. Apparently, it hits like a truck. From what my friends told me, and then they offered me one. Maybe I should get better friends. I don't know. But whatever. Shout out Rashad Wright. Not the rushing side of Rashad White, but he had 2 receiving touchdowns, 6 for 7, 71 yards. Bucky Irving, MAS legend, 2.6 rushing average. Okay. So 77 total yards and touchdown. Kate Otten. Kate Otten's my dog.
Legacy game.
Yeah, Kate Otten's my dog. The real sad thing here, you're down pretty much 10 going into the final minute. There's no way you can really win statistically as a Bucs fan. Mike Evans was already out for the game, and you throw Chris Godwin in there, and he dislocates his ankle. This is bad.
I don't know why he was in.
I don't know either. Like when you really think about it, there's no reason he should have been in. Now you're pretty much going the next 3 weeks out your 2 best wide receivers before Mike Evans gets back, but you're losing. Chris Godwin is having the best career statistical season. He was on pace for 120 or so receptions, 1,400 yards. And now he gets injured, and it sucks to see because I do enjoy watching Chris Godwin cook up the Saints defense. But yeah, that's all to say, fortunately.
Yeah, I'll cover the other game that we had. I could not watch this one because it was behind the ESPN paywall, and I'm not doing that. Not for the Chargers Cardinals, I'm not. That's for sure. This is not a fantastic game for Kyler. It's kind of like just enough to get it done. That's kind of what this was. 14 of 26, 145, touchdown and then interception. But he did have the 44-yard touchdown run. That was pretty much the bulk of his impact on this game. Marv's not getting that consistency that we thought he was going to get in this offense. A lot of people who took him in the first round in fantasy are probably really crying. This was a James Conner game. That's what this game was. James Conner, I had him on that, I think it was 2018, that Steelers year that he had.
Yeah.
I had him and Phillip Lindsay that year. Those are my running backs that year. That was great. Those are both waiver pickups, too.
Am I old?
No, we're old. No, we're really old.
We're old? Okay, I'm making sure.
Herbert was out there passing to plumbers. Passed for 350 for really no reason. Even Lab McConkey had a pretty good game. He was still injured. He was kind of playing through it. They really needed to be active in the wide receiver market as well. Some of his incompletions I thought could have been caught, but again, these receivers aren't very good. The Chargers defense have been pretty good this year. They weren't like top 5 or anything crazy, but they got a little exposed on the ground. Obviously, it was a James Conner game, so that's going to happen. 6.2 yards per carry allowed for the Chargers defense. It's not good. They kind of got dominated up front. Didn't really expect to see that. And then their secondary was kind of depleted, so you can't really do anything about that. It's kind of like their weapons. There's just not anything to work with. So it was kind of a smelly game. I would definitely not have got ESPN Plus to watch it. That's for sure.
Yeah. Shout out
but
YouTube TV.
At least the other game was good.
Yeah. Shout out YouTube TV. I would multi-view it. Not my problem. Really, I didn't really want to watch this game, but I did watch the more towards the end of the game. Because I was too focused on this Ravens game, really. And then, but yeah, so great NFL. It was a pretty decent NFL weekend. Now it's time for my favorite segment. As we won't talk about NFL yet, but college football. Me and Gabe are both tied at 16-12. Apparently, we both suck, and we're both mid. Apparently, which is true.
I'm better
So
at NFL, I think.
yeah, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about NFL. So let's just go straight into this. We have 6 games this week? Yeah. So there's a good chance we just absolutely go into the bottom below 500, which probably could happen as some of my picks are absolutely horrifying as why did I make them. Hopefully Gabe didn't make the graphic already.
We'll see.
Oh darn.
I did.
So first one we have is
we're
Friday,
locked in.
It's Friday night. 17 Boise State at UNLV. I have Boise State. I hate UNLV. I don't like UNLV, honestly, but I have Boise State because I love Ashton GT. I just want to watch him run football.
Ashton Malik Williams is good.
Yeah, you're right.
Ashton Malik Williams is good. I think he could have a decent game, except for last week. He wasn't that good, but other than that.
But who do you have in that game? In that game, Gabe.
Boise State. The Boise State Genties. I think Genty's going to have a great game.
Yeah.
But I think Ricky White for UNLV is also going to feast. He's a really good receiver. He's kind of underrated in the national media, probably. It's going to be a cinema shootout game. Not going to be a lot of defense.
Yeah.
But UNLV defense does average 2 takeaways. And I don't trust Madsen for Boise State if he has to pass to win this game. So, could be something to watch.
It could be something to watch. But yeah, I have Boise State. Ashton DT is about to absolutely do the hardest carry job of his life in this one, like he always has all year. And then I'm just gonna move to the next game. Number 20, Illinois is going at number 1, Oregon. I hate to say this because I know I've been hating on Luke Altmaier all year, and I've been doubting. I'm gonna doubt this year. I'm gonna doubt this week. Unfortunately, I have to go Oregon. They're coming off. They beat Ohio State. They have one of the best quarterbacks. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the nation. He's gonna be a good NFL quarterback, but he's a quarterback. So yeah, I have Oregon in this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Oregon as well. I wanted to because Illinois kind of have an agenda with Illinois. I just think the one game that Illinois lost, they got thrown around by Penn State. And I think Oregon's D-line could do something very similar. But, I mean, Altmaier, he's been very good. He didn't have to do a lot last week, but he's protecting the ball. He only has 1 pick on the season still. I want to say it's like 16 touchdowns. That's a really good ratio.
Yeah.
The defenses are both good, but Illinois secondary has been a little more susceptible to passing games, and that's going to be something that Oregon's obviously going to want to do is air the ball out. But then Oregon has also given up some rushing yards. Travion Henderson had a pretty good game when they played Ohio State. And then also, I mean, Genty did his thing when they played Boise State too. I just don't know how Illinois is going to be able to contain Evan Stewart, Tez, and then Trishawn Holden as well. I just don't think they're going to be able to contain that trio. So, yeah, I'll take Oregon.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but it's going to be Oregon. Now, this next game, I'm looking at my pick. I'm saying, what am I doing? But I'm going to get on with it.
I'm changing.
I'm not. Number 21, Missouri, going to number 15, Bama. Gosh, why did I pick this? Should I change it? Should I change it? Do I need to change it?
The graphic's been made. I'm just letting you know.
Son of a gun. All right, fine, screw it. I'm taking Missouri in this game.
Okay. Well, that's what I took.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't because maybe I'm just in a hate mood on Alabama. I was when I actually picked these picks earlier today. Not earlier today, earlier yesterday. Or Sunday. Sorry, Sunday. I was in a hate mood because I was cooking for 4 hours that day, and that did affect this decision a lot. But in hindsight, Alabama should win. But I'm gonna take the upset as what about you doing? I'm taking upset also 3 games too. Oh gosh, yeah. Hey, let's just say the pickup's not gonna be good this week. But we're doing it for the memes. Do it for the viewers. I'll let you cook now.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Missouri. For as bad as Missouri's defense has been, it's kind of been something you look at how far they've fallen in the rankings. Bama's defense has been like almost just as bad. The stats are actually favor Missouri, especially points. Bama's allowing more points than Missouri. They Bama's defense, they can force turnovers. That's about it. Yards wise, I think they're going to give up a lot to Brady Cook and Luther Burden in the pass game. Brady Cook only has 1 interception on the season, so it's not like he's this turnover-prone guy that Alabama's going to be able to capitalize off of. And even then, they'll have the ground game to lean on, which has been pretty good for them this year. Jam Miller for Alabama could also go insane on the ground. We saw also Le'Veon Moss run all over Missouri a few weeks ago. And I can't trust Milrow. I just can't.
Milrow.
4 straight games with an interception. I just can't do it. 2 last week. Can't be having that happen this week against a reliable Missouri offense. If they get the ball back, they could run it up. And then the penalty issues will probably be here once again for Alabama and cause them problems. So I'm going to take Missouri. And this next game, I don't know if you're sticking with this pick or not. It was definitely an interesting one.
I shouldn't.
I love Vanderbilt, but I'm going to take Texas.
I shouldn't stay with the
graphics
pick.
Been made.
Gabe, tell me to stop right now. Tell me to stop this agenda I'm doing. Like, am I adding at this? I think I need help. Is there like a pickup hotline for this? I think I need one. I think I have a problem. I had Vanderbilt. I don't know why. Texas is probably going to destroy Vanderbilt. Because the fact that Vanderbilt is actually ranked now, they're going to lose. But I believe in Diego Pavia. He is in the top 10 Heisman candidates in my list, honestly. I'm just going to move on to the next game. I think they're going to grit out the game. This game. I think this is going to be gritty. I think it's going to be a great game. And they're going to move on. And they're going to beat Texas at home like they did with Alabama. And I'll be celebrating because somehow I picked an upset. Because this next game.
It could happen.
Because this next game is not upset. I'm just stupid. So, when like I said, yesterday.
You're taking all my picks, man.
Yesterday when making my picks. Sunday when making my picks, I was hating mood. But here, this is one I was confident in all the upsets. I don't know why, but I'm going to go with it. I'm going to stick with Navy going on the road to beat Notre Dame. Notre Dame has actually turned into a really decent team. And they're playing at home. And Riley Leonard's playing like a good quarterback, not a good running back. Yeah, screw it. Navy upsets here. Plain and simple, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I just yap. I'm a hater.
Yeah, I also took Navy, but I was going to make up some ground in the pick'ems. Now it's pretty even. I think we only have one game that's different. Navy, Notre Dame has not seen like a rushing game like this. This is my main basis for this pick that I'm making. They're going to have Blake Horvath and then the 3 running backs that they use. They're just going to run all over Notre Dame.
Yeah.
The one game that Notre Dame did lose, they gave up $190 to Northern Illinois, which is not exactly a dominant running team. And if Riley Leonard gets into turnover trouble, like he could in that Northern Illinois game, which would happen, Navy could just own the time of possession and just run the clock and just run all over them. So I think it could happen. So I guess we're both taking Navy here. We're both taking LSU in this next game, where I think the key is also the run game.
Gabe, do we have a problem? I think I have a problem.
What?
Like, why are we picking Missouri, Vanderbilt,
switching?
Navy? Break.
I don't know. You switched your picks. So I don't know.
I didn't switch my picks. They've been there. Sorry. They've been there.
Okay. This is
Whatever.
Not
Whatever. All right. LSU.
Right here.
Whatever. Maybe I did switch. I think I switched the Notre Dame to Navy.
This must have been like 2 seconds ago.
No, they've been the same.
This was.
We have to share the same notes, guys. So just bear with us.
6 p.m.
I fully
by then.
Just don't believe that I changed them. I probably did. I probably was half asleep. But yeah, LSU's gonna win. We can talk about it for a quick second. Garrett. So, as the graphic I just showed y'all, y'all probably saw over here. Garrett Nussmeier has insane motion. Apparently, whatever. Texas A&M kind of scares me. I'm not gonna lie. They're 6-1. We're going to Kyle Field. But I'm not really gonna say much. I'm gonna let the stats speak for itself. You can go read them. But the big thing with here, the best quarterback in all of Texas A&M history, Johnny Cleveland Manziel, had 5 interceptions to one touchdown against LSU. Just want to point that one out. It's Texas A&M hate week. I hate Texas A&M. Hate Ole Miss. Hate everyone who played the past few weeks. It's almost Bama hate week. Bama blitz. I'm excited. Whitweek's about to go absolutely stupid. Be another cold white boy again. Caden Durham's about to go absolutely stupid. And Garrett Nussmeier is going to show like he's an NFL quarterback. Plain and simple. I don't know if you have any notes on the game or not.
Yeah. No, yeah, I do.
What's your cook?
Okay. So we'll start. I kind of mentioned this in the Navy game. The run game is going to be instrumental. For that game, it's going to be for this game. That's what Texas A&M is going to want to do, I think, with Le'Veon Moss. This was a Texas A&M team that let Michael Van Buren of Mississippi State, the worst team in the conference, cook them a little bit last week. They were in a close game with Mississippi State for most of that. Weigman he had 2 picks against one of the worst defenses in the country. Now, our pass defense isn't much better, but we have a better run defense than Mississippi State. It's up to the 33rd ranked rush defense, which is kind of surprising. We've really been improving in that department. And I think defensively as a whole, our defense is getting better. The pass defense, yeah, we may have an issue. Taylor Green kind of cooked us every now and then. But we do love sacks. Swinson could feast, I think. We love him. We love him.
I didn't say anything.
That's going to be. Not me. We didn't have. Braden Swinson did not have a great game against Arkansas, but I think that's going to change. I think he's going to show up because this is a big game. If we win this game, we get sole possession of the only undefeated team in conference play left. We've been a bit more dynamic with our own run game, especially since the USC game. We were not just running it up the middle for no gain like we did in the USC game. Durham is now a feature in our offense, and I think he should be the feature back for this game. I think we could have success, and I think we're going to be able to force Weigman into throws that he doesn't really want to make, especially if we can shut down Le'Veon Moss. But we do always play funky in College Station or get screwed by the refs in the 7 overtime game, where they pretty much gave Texas A&M their biggest win since 1939. And I think they still kind of hang the banner for that game, if I'm not mistaken. They don't really have a lot of banners. So establishing the run, that's the key. And then I think making Weigman uncomfortable, because I don't think he's that good.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think he's that good.
I agree. He's more of I think he's not really a runner. He's a statue. But yeah, I agree. So that was the college football pick'ems. Hopefully they're not bad. We're probably going to go under 500 this week, knowing us. But this is one, oh gosh. This is one I'm going to hang my head on because this one's bad. The NFL pick'em record, as you can see in our graphic, is going to be right in our names. Gabe is at a astounding 68-38, while I'm at a horrible 58-48. Not really horrible. I'm above average,
That's
but
not too bad.
I have
that's not too
I have
bad.
ground to make up. Obviously, we're not gonna go through every game because obviously I don't feel like yapping for that long.
There's some stinkers.
There's bad games this week. Very, very much bad games.
This is a bad week.
This is a week I might just tune in a few games here and there. But definitely gonna be
Red
sleeping.
Zone. This is an NFL red zone. This is definitely an NFL red zone week.
It's definitely a napping type of Sunday to me. As I will be, my beanbag chair is to the right of me. It's actually what I sleep on throughout the night. I don't sleep in my own bed, because my bed's a twin XL, very uncomfy. Well, my beanbag chair is actually large. It's a large boy. Beautiful thing. Shout out whoever made it. We're gonna move on to Vikings at Rams for Thursday Night Football. I believe the last time they played, they put up a combined like 90 or so points. The Rams were 3-0, and the Vikings were 1-1. Good God! If I ever see a tie, I'm gonna shoot myself. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
I hate ties. Ties should just not be a thing in life anymore. I have the Rams. I don't know why I have the Rams. I have the Rams. Oh, we're gonna God, another bad week this week. What am I doing in life? So the reason I'm picking the Rams is I think their defense is gonna do something. I can't keep a straight face. I'm here for the trap game only.
Yeah.
Really, that's really why I called it. The rest of the games are actually kind of manageable, and reason why I picked them. I really just picked it for the trap game, and just have the good feeling to go into week 1-0 because I've yet to do that at all this year. So, let you say your 2 cents and why I'm stupid, I guess.
Yeah, I just think the Vikings are going to have it's not a good Rams defense. I think the Vikings are going to have a good game. I'll just move us into the Eagles-Bengals game. That's a decent game, at least.
Yeah.
This one should be rooted in some bad defense, in my mind. The Eagles' defense got shredded by the Bucs, so I think Burrow, T, and Chase are going to have a big day in the passing. But also the Bengals' defense is going to give up pretty much anything. So this is going to be probably a shootout. But the Eagles will be without Jordan Mailata and Dallas Goedert, which I think could hurt them. Maybe Trey Hendrickson has a big game or something. That's about the only thing I can think the Bengals could do to get pressure.
Yeah.
It's Trey Hendrickson. That's pretty much it.
So
I'll take the Bengals.
This one I'm going to disagree. I'm going to take Eagles. Me and Gabe usually don't disagree a lot when it comes to NFL because obviously at this point we know who's good and know who's bad. I'm going to take the Eagles here. I really think the Bengals defense is just going to give up so many rushing yards to Saquon, that Hurts, and obviously you still have the big two with Brown and Smith. So give me the Eagles. Pretty much another shootout with giving up a lot of rushing yards and show why Jalen Hurts is actually a running back, not a quarterback. And I'm going to make a quick note for this Ravens-Brown game, as we do have said no on our notes, but quick note. Jameis Winston is starting this game. Hooray. We can rejoice. Gabe, I'll let you have fun with your Dear God, have fun segment.
No, there is no fun. Yeah, dear God help us is what I have put down here. The Lions, take the over. Bet for the Lions offense. Win yourself some money. It's going to be bad. First-ranked defense that we have, they're frauds. I'm tired of this garbage. And even then, our offense is going to be on the field so little that the defense is just going to be run down and probably give up. So this is just going to be a Lions domination. So I don't really care to talk about the game. What I'm going to do, it's draft season.
I'm so excited.
It's time to talk about the draft. Oh gosh, what was that? Something fell, but we're going to move. So these are my. This is assuming, not even assuming, we're going to be picking in the top 5. So these are the guys that I want us to target in the draft. Because the game's not interesting. Who cares? Lions are going to win. So I think only if we pick 1 or 2 are we going to have a chance at Travis Hunter. That's really our only chance. But man, it'd be nice to have. I don't know what positions he's going to play. He's probably going to play receiver in the NFL because that's where the money is, if we're being honest. So if we could get someone like Travis Hunter to instill some youth and some explosiveness in our receiver room, which we do not have at all, I think that would be key. Now taking him over someone like, I have Cam Ward listed here as one of our options because I think he's the best QB in this class, but I don't necessarily think he's an elite prospect per se. I think his decision making has cost his team sometimes. He hasn't really played a truly elite defense. Minus like Cal. Cal is actually a highly ranked defense. So I'd like to see some more of that for him before I crown him as some great prospect. But obviously, we're going to need a draft or sign a quarterback in the offseason. I mean, that goes without saying. I think really my second and third guys would probably be Will Campbell and Kelvin Banks Jr. Now, Kelvin Banks did get thrown around this past weekend for the Georgia game, so that's a little bit worrisome. I still think he's a good prospect, though, and we just need anybody who can play right tackle. I know he plays left tackle. So does Will Campbell. Dude, we just need anybody. We converted J.C. Latham to left tackle, and he's playing well. So we're just going to need to draft a tackle just to lock up our tackle positions would be so important going forward. And this is going to be more of a surprise pick. And I actually think I sort of forgot. I believe Will Johnson did get injured either this week or last week. I don't know how serious that is, but I think Will Johnson is kind of my 5th guy that I'd like us to draft. I think he's pretty much a complete corner. If we can move off of Awuzie, that'd be ideal. I know we just signed him. I don't remember how we can get out of his contract. It may not be possible, but I just think Will Johnson would be a great, if we were to be able to move off him, I think he would be a great outside corner. And then still have McCreary in the slot. And then Snead, who kind of sucks. But Jarvis Brownlee's him, though, so at least we do have that. And Roger McCreary's still young. But I'd like us to draft any of those 5 guys. I'd be pretty content, with the exception of maybe like Cam Ward, because I just haven't seen enough yet. But we do need a quarterback. Pretty clear. And then next week, I will do underrated prospects, like 5 underrated prospects. Not necessarily for the first round, but like more in the second and later. I'll go through some of my 5 guys for next week because the game will not be interesting to talk about either.
I love 5 guys. And not a fast food restaurant. All right, we keep on going here. So pretty much the next one we have here after that, the next 2 on the list is like Cardinals, Dolphins. I'm not saying about that. And dear God, Jets versus Patriots. We're going to skip that one as well. Next one we have here is Falcons at Bucks. Wait, hold on. Why did I pick this team? Wait, hold on. Look, can I switch this? I'm switching this. I'm sorry.
No.
I wasn't thinking. I'm sorry. No, screw it. We're letting it ride. You know what? We're letting it ride. So I'm feeling a little magical, and stupid at the same time. Falcons at Bucks. I'm gonna take the Bucks here. I mean, the only pieces they're really losing is Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. Definitely just their top 2 wide receivers. Right now, they have a receiving core of Jalen McMillan, Sterling Shepard, and hold up, I want to think of this other guy. Let me cook, please. Please let me cook. And freaking Trey Palmer. There we go. Right, Trey Palmer. Yeah, Trey Palmer and Kate Otten, of course. I don't like the Falcons' run defense. And Rashad Wright, Bucky Irving, and Al Money, and Sean Tucker. I think this is going to be where Baker Mayfield is going to have to be like a game manager of sorts. Don't turn the ball over, play good quarterback play, and go from there. And I think the Bucks win this game.
Yeah. Actually, because some of these I didn't get to them on my notes, but I will be taking the Falcons. I just think the Bucks not having your top two guys, doesn't look great. And then I'm just gonna pass it back to you. Ball up top for you, the Saints Chargers.
So, gosh, this hurts. I didn't want to do a pick 'em for this week because I really did not want to pick the Saints. But I went against my good biasy and my good hatred in life, and I picked the Chargers to win the game. Plain and simple, we cannot stop the run that well outside the first 2 weeks. We still have Spencer Rattler starting, which he has looked good at times, but obviously he's still young-ish, and just go from there. So I'm actually gonna do the same thing Gabe did. Top 5 NFL prospects. Hooray! So obviously our biggest needs here in this whole entire room is elephant in the room. We need a tackle. We need to move here. We need to move Trevor Payne back down to guard. He's been a good right tackle. He's just, I think he'd be better as a guard where we can replace, or at least get like a tight end out. I really don't know what we need. This team just sucks. The team's mid. That's for the team. The team is mid. So the big thing is if one of the top quarterbacks are available, like I'm gonna say it, Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward. If those two are available, we might have to go with them because obviously they will throw the ball down the field how Clint Kubiak wants it. If we have, of course, we have one of the top two picks. We can get Travis Hunter, but the big thing I want here is either Will Campbell or Kelvin Banks is a big high need. They can play any other tackle. They can play guard if they want to. They can move. Fuaga back down to right tackle where that's his true position. Move pinning into Lucas Patrick's position because Lucas Patrick has been the odd man out in our offense. Or get Cesar Ruiz or Aaron McCoy out there as they've both been injured these past few years. So screw it, I guess. As my 5 that I really want, we can get another wide receiver in Terrell McMillan. I'm okay with that. If we can trade back for like McLovin, yeah, that's the name now. I like McLovin. Yeah, Michigan tight end, dog. But yeah, that's all I'm going to really say. We're probably cooked. I'm probably going to get actually flamed for this, but it's okay. Whatever. I'm back. I hate on my Saints. I hate on my favorite team. But we're going to move on to the next game here. Bills at Seahawks. I'm going to take the Bills here. It depends what Seahawks team we're going to get. Like we're gonna either get the first 3 games Seahawks or the last 3 or the second 3 games Seahawks. I'm gonna take the Bills. I think Amari Cooper does bring a different dynamic to the offense. He didn't even know the plays, and of course he scored. I mean, it was against the Titans. Sorry, Gabe, but I mean, I think it's plain and simple. I think the Bills are gonna cook here. Y'all are bad. Y'all are awful. But yeah, I'll let you pick your pick now.
We're at best the 29th best team in football right now. Like that's you're really pulling strings to make us that high. Yeah, I'll take the Bills. Their offense is coming off a hot half of offense. The first half Josh Allen kind of looked like a third string, but we won't talk about that because we can't talk bad about him. But in the second half, they really blew it open. I think we're going to see that this game. The Seahawks defense is better. And they're healthy now, and they held the Falcons' offense in check. But I think Josh Allen's going to provide a different problem for the Seahawks defense. The only concern for the Bills is probably receivers still, but I think Amari's going to know more of the offense by now, and also Keon Coleman's going to continue to benefit from just him being there. And then, really, I think the next 2 games we can just kind of move on to Bears and Commanders probably.
Yeah, I agree.
This is one. If Jaden plays, could be a great game. I mean, it's
Cinema.
1 and 2 matchup.
Potential
Draft
cinema.
pick. Yes, it could be great. I'm gonna take the Commanders here.
I'm gonna take Bears. The Commanders' defense isn't that great per se. They're good. I think they're a little bit above average to average. But the big thing that the Commanders always will struggle with is their offensive line is still ranked in the bottom tier, and that pass rush of the
pass
Bears,
blocking they're good.
Yeah, I agree, but I think the pass rush of the Bears is good, but I think they're gonna get to either Jaden or Mariota. Depends, I guess.
Yeah.
And so
I just think for the next game, I really don't want to take the Cowboys, but with everything the 49ers are going through, I'm going to have to take the Cowboys in the Sunday Night Football matchup. I don't think this is going to be a very good game, honestly. The Cowboys defense sucks, so we might see a Juwan Jennings legacy game, or we might just see the Cowboys be able to contain pretty much G League guys. Sorry, Juwan Jennings and Cowing and Ricky Pearsall, I guess. I think Jordan Mason's going to have a great game. Hey, you got him in fantasy, start him. Cowboys' run defense is horrible. But
take the over.
I just don't trust the 49ers offense enough, the passing game. So I'll take the Cowboys.
Good pick. Great pick. Amazing pick. I'll also take Cowboys here. Which I hate to say, but it's just so much work against the 49ers that you just have to you have to go against them. It sucks to see. If this was after week 2, you're going to take 49ers all the way, pretty much up until, honestly, last week, you're going to take 49ers all the way. But it happens. And then, good grief. What? Monday Night Football? Good God. Giants at Steelers. I will not be watching this game. We have to go over it for a second because obviously it's Sunday Night Football. I will not be watching.
Brief second.
I will be working. I think I'll be slaving away for $8 an hour. So, shout out me, I guess. Lock me in. As I feel something about to knock on my door. Oh dear God. And so yeah, I have the Steelers. Why are the Steelers in the
Yeah.
I don't know. I have the Steelers here. I mean, I don't really want to pick Giants. I think we're good. I think we're just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and then now, it's man. NBA's back. NBA's so back. That means I'm back. I actually just start my Star Wars era again. I'm watching 1 through 6. NBA's back. Baseball's almost over with, but we're in World Series. Saints suck, but Pelicans are up. Recap of this game that just happened. Boston Celtics just put the BTA on the Knicks, if you know what it means, belt to ass. 132-109. Yeah. When you if you're the Knicks, you're giving Jericho Sims 25 minutes a game. Not gonna work, buddy. He's mid. He's terrible. I hate him. Love him at his jump, but that's it. But it's okay. I take the reins first. Let me speed run my Pelicans. So
yeah.
The big thing, the Pelicans have such a great roster. Such a great roster. We just signed Brandon Boston Jr. off of into 2-way. Pause. And then you look back through our roster and you're thinking, man, this is such a great team. Who the frick is going to play center? So right now it's actually projected Herb Jones to play center. How do I feel about that? Okay, but how do you feel about that?
Shouldn't feel good.
They should feel good. I feel great. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I'm biased and I'm also a absolute His eyes are foggy, brain's foggy, but we're also playing the Bulls. So I mean, where? The Bulls. Shout out. I believe Lonzo Ball is gonna be active for this game. I can't wait to actually watch him play some football, as I've been really excited to. EJ Liddell is on this team, so he's gonna try to get revenge on us. We Jose Alvarado is questionable going into this game, and of course Trey Murphy is going to be out. Zion Williamson's questionable, and DeJounte Murray's questionable. Hopefully, I'm honestly just in for the game, just see how we play, see how we match. I'm really excited for this DeJounte Murray and Zion 1-2 punch. Shout out Trey Murphy, just got a 4-year extension for $112 million. He's gonna be out for I think another 1 or 2 weeks, so hopefully he's back because I miss watching him play some basketball. Mental health is so up now because basketball's back. Grades might be down, but motion's up in basketball. That's all I'm really gonna say. I'm really excited for this team going forward. Now maybe next weekend I won't be too happy because we'll probably lose by like 50. To them and the Blazers. We play on Friday, and I believe we play someone on Sunday, which is the Blazers game on Sunday. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah. Did y'all have 3 games y'all are playing?
We play the Bulls tonight, tomorrow night, and then we play the Blazers twice this week. So we should come out at the least 2-1.
Oh, okay.
I say that.
Yeah, at the end.
And then we're going to be 0-3.
I think I'm only talking about 3. We have the Sixers Wednesday. We have the Bulls on Friday, and then we also have the Nets on Sunday. So, I mean, we're doing really should be 3-0. I'll talk about the Sixers. Embiid and Paul George are out. This should be a win. Middleton's not playing, but like this should be a win. I'd be really upset if we don't. But this would also be a game where we go to like double overtime with like a lineup of Maxey, Eric Gordon, Cody Caleb Martin, Kelly Oubre, and Drummond. That's what the Sixers are probably going to be throwing out there. That's pretty bad. Maxey has a thumb injury of some sort, but he's supposed to play. So that's pretty much the injury roundup. Middleton seems to be like precautionary. Like he thinks he could play, but this could also just be the start of another season where he's injured. Up and down throughout the year. I wouldn't be surprised. The keys for this game, I want to see more consistent defensive effort this year. That was obviously our biggest issue last year. We need to find a way to hide Brooks' pick and roll deficiency where he just drops down and people get floaters and little midi jump shots over him. Now it's going to be Drummond out there. It'd be more important if it was Embiid because he likes his little mid-range shot. So if it's Drummond, not a big deal. We can sag off. No one's scared of him pick and popping from the three-point line or from anywhere that isn't a dunk. And then offensively, I want to see less of my turn, your turn from Dame and Giannis because that's kind of how it was last year on pick and rolls. They should be able to dice up the Sixers with those. I think there's going to be more cohesion in the offense. And then defensively, I want to see more out of Gary Trent. This past few years in the Raptors have not been great. But this is a guy that was like leading the league in steals when he was in Portland pretty consistently. I just think we need to see that. He can't be worse than Malik Beasley on defense. He just can't. He was a terrorist. And then we're going to need guys like AJ Green. I don't think Marjan's going to play a lot. AJ Green and Andre Jackson Jr. We're going to need steps from both of those guys. AJ Green can shoot that thing. That's pretty much all he does. And he knocks them down. He's got the weirdest looking jump shot ever, but whatever. We have the Bulls on Friday. Not a whole lot to say here. Don't allow Kobe White to cook us. He's done that a couple times.
For real.
I don't really think we need Middleton back here or in the Nets game. I don't think we need really Middleton this week at all. A week ago, Dame and Giannis cooked these fools in the preseason, so I think we're going to see that. And then seeing how Lonzo looks. I do want to see that.
Yeah, I agree. I miss
Nets
watching
game,
Lonzo.
The Nets game on Sunday, I don't want to say anything. It's going to be a win. Like the Nets.
So now that I'm hearing theoretically, we should both go 0-3 this week. Both our teams sucks, and we'll be looking toward next week. Got it. Next year. Okay. So obviously, we're both excited. I have my Pelicans jersey on. I'll be wearing it every single game this week probably. I was trying to go to the Pelicans game on Wednesday because we try to get us on the court. But screw me with school, I guess. School, sad. Okay, so move on. On Thursday here, y'all are gonna see this on Wednesday, so we're gonna fast forward to Thursday. We have one of the games is Spurs versus the Mavs. I don't have too much notes on it. I'm excited. I just don't notes on a lot of these games because obviously I'm just really excited to hear these.
We don't know.
Watch these teams. We just don't really know what's going to happen. It's the first game. I'm excited to watch Chris Paul and Wemby versus Luka, Clay, and just wondering how everything's going to round up this match. And that's all I have left for that game. We'll keep on going.
Yeah. No, you pretty much said everything. Stephon Castle for the Spurs. I think he can make an impact. I'm really high on him. And then, Wemby and CP3 I think could look good. But they're not going to have an answer for Luka and Kyrie. So I think this could get out of hand for the Spurs. I mean, we're not really expecting them to be that good.
Yeah, I agree. And we're just going to move on to this next game here. One of the next games here. Thunder versus the Nuggets. Again, like I said, it's just how everything's going to mesh together. I'm really excited. Really want to wonder how, because Hartenstein's out now for the Thunder. He's out for 4 to 6 weeks. I want to say
he's out for a while.
Yeah, he's out for a good month or so. I'm excited for the Nuggets. I to see how Jokic plays, and just how everything's going to mesh together. How Russ Westbrook's going to come off the backup point guard role. Shea should cook. I don't like watching Shea, but I personally do like as a player. I think he will kind of cook this year, and we're just gonna go from there.
Yeah, the defense for the Nuggets, like pretty much every preseason game, that didn't look that good. Their depth is also a concern.
Yeah.
We'll see how Westbrook looks. They lost KCP. I think it's going to be a big loss for them. They're expecting Christian Brown to really step up at shooting guard as their new starter. He's a pretty good player, but it's a lot to ask for him for a championship aspiration team. You said for the Thunder, Hartenstein's going to be out. I think you'll be fine. I think Chet's going to be able to, at least bother Jokic. He's still going to get his probably. J-Dub has a questionable tag for this game. I think something happened in the preseason game, so we'll see if he plays. But they did also bring in Caruso in the offseason. That solidifies their defense. And he can still provide some pretty good shooting as well. I just don't know if the Nuggets are going to be able to defend everything the Thunder really have to throw at them. I mean, they got one of the best starting lineups in the league, for sure. Another game. These are all Western Conference games. Okay. Wolves Kings.
That's
this is gonna be a good game. I really like the Kings. Just watching them, I don't really. How far are they gonna go? Jacob doesn't like them, even though the Pelicans own them.
Yeah. So you're right.
Yeah. The Pelicans own them.
Yeah, we own them. I hate the Kings. I don't hate the Kings. I do enjoy watching them.
I just want to see. It's how does DeMar look in the offense? Because defensively he's not going to bring you a lot, but in the fourth quarter, this team should be great. DeMar is a great fourth quarter player. So is Fox, and then Sabonis. He's still going to be kind of the instigator for their offense. I like Sabonis, one of my favorite players. Shout out that Netflix Starting Five show. Starting Five, the Netflix show. Sabonis was on. That was a good show. For the Wolves, Anthony Edwards, I think he's going to take that leap to a top 5 player by the end of the season. Like I think that's how good he's going to play this year. And then the Gobert Randall duo, obviously, how's that spacing going to look? Not great. That's the answer, because neither of these players are going to step in and start shooting 40% from three, like Cat does, or Cat, I guess, shooting somewhere near that. But you get Dante, who I think is going to make the bench look a lot better. And then Keegan Murray. I want to talk about Keegan Murray. He had a great rookie year for the Kings, but he shot a little bit worse last year. I think the Kings are going to want to see him step up. Entering that like contract. Is he going to get an extension after his rookie deal? I think they're going to want to see something from this year. I think he's going to bounce back and shoot much better.
Yeah, no, Keegan Murray's my dog. As I don't like playing the Kings. When they're not playing the Pelicans, I do enjoy watching the Kings. But when they play the Pelicans, screw them, hate them, hate Sponus. He always tries to injure Jonas Valanciunas. I'm so sorry. I had a sad moment there. I'm actually really interested how Gobert and Randall's going to work, and how Anthony Edwards is going to. It's definitely a weird combo, but
it's coming on right now.
My TV's buffering, so screw Southeast Internet.
Rip.
I'm going to move down to the Friday game here: Pacers versus Knicks. Pacers probably going to win this game after what we just saw with the Knicks. Knicks can't guard a 3-point shot to save their life, looks like. And so Pacers, I'm excited to watch the Pacers play. They didn't really improve from last year, but they also didn't get worse. So, and they're the Eastern Conference, so they're going to get in the playoffs no matter what. It's plain and simple. While the Pelicans are fighting for the eighth spot, we have like a 20, like a 45 and 37 record. Pissing me off. Okay.
Yeah, I'm worried about Mikhail's jump shot for the Knicks. Tonight didn't make me feel any better. But I think defensively, the Pacers just have a lot of issues that I don't like. Even though, Tyrese is a liability, but Brunson's also a liability. So that's going to kind of cancel out. Cat's also a liability for the Pacers. But they really have the same team from the playoffs. They did beat the Knicks, but we understand that the Knicks, on paper, should have a better team. At least they're all healthy now. So that's obviously why the Pacers won that series. So we'll finally get to see, hopefully, a healthy matchup here. I think, and we saw it tonight, Dante, I think it was a loss for him. I don't know how Miles McBride played, but he's kind of the guy that has to step up. I didn't look at his stats for tonight.
He played pretty decent.
But the Saturday slate, he did get a good?
Yeah. No, I don't have anything for this game. You go on Saturday.
Okay. Yeah, Saturday we got, 2 more Western Conference games. Okay, well.
That's conference.
The Mavs again, and then playing the Suns. This is going to be a great game, I think. We're going to see the Suns offense with Coach Bud. There's not going to be a lot of adjustments because it's Coach Bud, but I think their offense is going to get better. They have a true point guard this year in Tyus Jones. They're not running the nasty work of I think Booker was running point guard partially. That's not really his MO. And then can Bradley Beal, I have down, can Bradley Beal return to Washington for him?
Yeah,
I don't know why I wrote that. That's obviously not going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that's really unrealistic. He's just kind of an above average starter at this point in his career. But we just need to see a little more consistency from him. And then I think he dealt with injuries last year. Is he going to be able to stay healthy? Probably not, because that happened in Washington as well. For the Mavs, I think he's going to continue to own the Suns. Luka is. That's kind of obviously everyone knows that. And then the Suns, I don't like Nurkic as their starting center.
I agree. Like I said, at that point, we'll see how the Mavs play. A lot of this early game stuff, we're just going to see how people work, people go with. Hopefully we get no opening day injuries like we saw a few years back with Gordon Hayward. I never cried so much at a game after seeing that injury. I actually physically cried. I was so hurt. But yeah, a big thing for the Suns, as first time mentioning them, how is Bradley Beal going to play in this team, in this system? Kevin Durant's coming off a amazing summer. So is Devin Booker. Bradley Beal didn't do jiggly squat. Nurkic is still not that great of a center, but I still believe in him. Tyus Jones is going to be the point guard that they needed last year, and I think he's going to continue to be like that. And I'm just going to move into this final game here. Kings versus Lakers. Hopefully, we're about to see what the Lakers go on, or hopefully, because my things keep buffering. The Kings. All right. Where's your game? We're going to see how we play on Thursday versus the Wolves and go from there. Hopefully, it's a good game. Hopefully, I'm actually rooting for Bronny. So the media hates him so much that I'm looking kind of rooting for him now. Is he good? No. But am I rooting for him? Yeah. Absolutely.
He's going to be in the G League for sure.
Absolutely. He needs to be. I think he got to develop for a while. He's still young, though. But yeah, do you have anything else to say on this last matchup of the game?
We'll see. We'll see how the Lakers look tonight. That'll kind of make my basis for it.
Yeah.
I do think Sabonis. I don't know how Sabonis plays against AD, but we'll see how that matchup. That's gonna be key.
Yeah. Well, that'd be it. That's actually our fastest episode of like the main one since we started. I'm glad to be back. Yeah. I was coming off 14-day IL. As you know, IL means it's injury list, something like that. It's baseball terminology. I'm back. I'm glad to be back. Hopefully we'll be back for a while until I think Gabe has to take one soon. Take a day. I think he's take a episode break eventually, sometime in December.
Yeah, it's coming up soon.
But we're gonna keep this rolling as much as we can.
I'm gonna be gone for Christmas break. Yeah,
true. Yeah, but we're keeping it rolling as much as we can. We thank y'all for listening. Subscribe, follow, blah blah. YouTube people, our Spotify's down below if you want to go watch it on there. YouTube people, Spotify people, you can watch the videos as well. Listen to us, blah blah. Give us some comments, just something like just give us a little better, as we're going to try to prove this as much as we can now, as we finally have an idea of what we're doing. We have a few ideas cooking. So just bear with us.
Instagram Reels
could come soon. Probably a lot of our sus moments. Our Twitter is going to be used more often. Just bear with us as we're going to try to prove this as much as we can. If you listen all the way through, thank you, of course. We appreciate every one of y'all. And I'm going to go to sleep. Later.
Yep.